Burokėlių šnabždesiai.
Labas, mano vardas Carlo, aš esu iš Meksikos, o tai mano šaltibarščiai.
So sweet.
Mucho green. Gal tai mažas dainys. Never watch it.
I never.
I try to watch everything. Okay. Also, missing stuff is part of the process. Otherwise, everything will feel very fake, no?
Mm.
The way I do it, I hold it in a very weird angle.
Yeah, you kind of, you can
Now I'm
hurt
using-
yourself.
Now I'm using the... No, I cannot hurt myself because I'm running the blade close to my finger. But then I take forever in a sound. Are you good at peeling potatoes?
Yeah, I hate doing it.
I
And you?
suck ass at peeling potatoes. When you have them, you understand. Because šaltibarščiai is supposed to be a fast meal, and we're doing the lazy version, eh?
Yeah.
We have everything there. Do I look natural?
Yes.
Very good. Amazing. Knife.
Carlo, do you often eat šaltibarščiai?
Actually, šaltibarščiai is my favorite soup.
What ingredients do you use for preparing šaltibarščiai?
Well, because of the family here, usually ingredients are the ones you're seeing here, but you yourself add some spring onions, or how do you call them? Chiefs? No.
Laiškai, svogūnų laiškai, Lithuanian that would be.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Spring onion.
Spring onion, yes.
Yes. And I found out that actually adding, after you make it traditionally for some time, then you start exploring and you make fusion cuisine. And usually fusion cuisine is the actually fun part, when you have the traditional plate and it's delicious and you respect the traditional plate for what it is, but then you're like, what if I add this? What if I combine this? What if I add this into this? So because it's a cold soup, I decided that you're already adding fruits, cucumber being one of the fruits, and cucumber goes very good with citric fruits. So when you add lime, it adds just like a little. It's quite tasty.
Do you find like any similarities, let's say in, I don't know, Mexican kitchen and like Lithuanian, for example? Do we have like something in common? I don't know.
Let me think as I cut. We could say like this. This is not a common thing, but it's quite interesting. The thing you use... Okay, I'll bring it so you can see. You know the thing we use to make kosher with potatoes? What is this guy?
Grūstuvė? Like when you
Yes.
This moment.
I wonder if I have it here or there.
How do you call it in English? I don't know, but grūstuvė.
Oh, it's here. So, this device...
Yeah.
I was trying with the light,
Yes.
So this device we use in Mexico to make in the same consistency of kosher, but with beans, black beans. So how you know it here for potatoes, we know it in Mexico for beans.
That's nice.
We don't usually use this for potatoes, it's usually used for beans, but it can also be used for potatoes, but it's not the main utility. I know that in Lithuania, traditional Lithuanian pagan style of cuisine is very different than now what has been adopted. And now, you go to the valgykla and the maximum condiments go like dill, salt and pepper. There is not much action happening with condiments. Mostly goes into like the preparation, what kinds of oils or fats are being used to make. It's pretty pure in that sense. And I found out that there's not a lot of vegetables.
You think there's not a lot?
No. Like for example now, dill is a vegetable. Is onion a vegetable?
Is it a spice? It's not a spice. Onion.
Exactly. So like now, vegetables no present. When I have food, like patiekalas, also quite novish. It's mostly fruits. Cucumber, fruit. Tomato, fruit. Šaldyvraščiai, the wording comes from borsch, which is called borsch.
Yeah.
And then borsch I know that is adopted from Ukrainas. And so, yeah, I think there's like some very nice influence. And then I don't know who was like, what if we do it cold?
Yeah.
Some Lithuanian.
But maybe, because I think that in a lot of countries we have like kind of similar soup. Because Latvians also have
and
it.
And also in regions in Lithuania, they make šaldyvraščiai quite slightly different. They add different ingredients. Yeah. They also add a different plant, not dill, but like a more flat, different one. I don't remember the name of this other one.
Petražolė? No?
I think so.
Yeah? Might be.
Yeah. I haven't had with petražolė. Okay.
I don't know.
How do you like it? Do you like it diced? Do you like it sliced? Do you like it...
It's very nice of you that you're asking me, but actually I want to know how you prefer it, you know?
Well, it's nice when it can go into the mouth and you don't have to do a lot of work. So maybe we can do slice and then in halves or quarters. Yeah. So it would be something like this. This is like more on the edge, and maybe this would be pretty good. I heard about Lithuania in my textbooks. There was reference to, and the funny thing is that the books were like, how to say, they were set in a specific periods of time when they released. So one of the books makes reference, actually, it's a historical book, huh? It makes reference to Lithuania being part of Russia. And then we had an actualization of a book where it says that Lithuania was its own country. So because of how books were being like, exported, just like shipped across Mexico, some books would not be updated until like years after. So the information would be very outdated. And because it was such recent events and they were still marked as history, so we would get information like very late. But at the same time, most of the people were not caring because it's almost like America, it's its own isolated thing. Yeah. This one is good. My first impression when I got to Lithuania was like, wow, Lithuania is flat and cold. When it comes to the myths and the folklore of Lithuania, like paganism prior Christianity, I find it very appealing and it's very interesting because many of the stuff are very similar to some myths of Mexico. Like we have, before Columbus, we had Azteca and Maya, which is like, own civilizations within Mesoamerica. And here you have basically the god, which was, let's say, how was it in Lithuania?
Dievas,
But not God like Christian God, but they had a God before God came, and then a lot of the people resisted, and it took a long time for this Christianity to reach all the sections of Lithuania, and they even felt like Žemaičių or Žemaitija. Some information may be wrong, but they were like the last ones to actually adopt Christianity. So they were like really still sticking to older gods and to like the beliefs, the witchery, and the devil, which also wasn't like, it's cool because here also the devil was seen as, okay, the devil is bad, but it's also good because it also rewards you. So it had like a good and bad, like kind of deed. Sometimes, they would send their imps to take care of kids who were bad behaved, but they would actually do a favor because they were getting rid of the people who were like, quote unquote, bad, no? And you also had, what is his name? I was going to say it, and then I remember the fruit, but it's not the fruit name. Perkunas, and we have Tlaloc. Tlaloc and Perkunas are very similar because they're both like God in reference to like light and thunder and storm. And then you have this very cool animal, which is not animal, it's more like a beast, and it's considered a shapeshifter. It's called Adviras, something like this. And sometimes would take shape of fire, of chickens, of trees.
You are talking not
about Lithuanian.
How do you do you remember the name of it? Because it's really interests me now.
I think it's Adviras. Some of them call it like a dragon, others call it like a person, others call it shapeshifter, which is for me is very appealing because like then this also is the tree, it's also fire, it's also a rock, and this is why there was a lot of like they were paying tributes to the forest, so they would respect certain parts of the forest to remain intact, thinking that this could be, you know, idolas. And this is why I guess also there was then the, you know, the honoring of what is this girl's name? Regana, the first witch.
Ragana, I don't know, the first witch.
Yeah.
Ragana.
And now they have like this very nice. It's called Hill of the Witches, no?
Yeah.
Raganų
Kalnas.
Yeah, Raganų Kalnas, which is in honor of the first witch in maybe the Baltic region. I'm not sure because I don't know about Latvia or Estonia, but yeah, one of the old ones, and then that took a lot of influence, and then because of pagan beliefs, then now we have this solstice, you know, and then the winter one where, you know, we make the fire to push away the witch, and this is specifically talking about her because making the fire symbolizes like it's a stereotype. I would say it's more like experience because the Lithuanians are quite work intensive. So they are quite fast when it comes to work, regarding work situations. I think this is very attached to me. Like, for example, I have two nationalities. So one is Mexican and the other one is Canadian. One obviously is presenting me more issues, specifically racism. There is some sort of, I think it's all Europe, it's no exception with Lithuania. Something about, and I will refer to Mexico as like, when it's third world countries, you know, or countries that have a bit lesser, they're not so much in that spect of being in the high standard. They tend to be discriminated because of their past history. You know, Mexico is very known for migration, so is other third world countries around Europe that are not in Europe. So when it comes to this kind of stuff, it's like, there is no exception to that rule in Lithuania. That's not a myth. That again, it's experience. When I was told, Lithuania, I was thinking about Lithuania, but it was very difficult because I would never, being in America, I never thought of Lithuania as its own individual, independent thing. I would think of Lithuania as a compound with the Baltic countries. So me coming from the outside, I never saw Lithuania as its own thing, and it's actually very common being outside that people will confuse them one or another. Like Latvia and Lithuania are very interchangeable, and people don't give a lot of importance to that. Like people who are in America are living completely different reality than here. Same for the people which I thought, if we're in Europe, we're living the same reality. But no, that's not true. Because here in the Baltics, we're worried about neighbor countries, so like in this case Ukraine, which is being obviously invaded, but in other places they're like thinking about, you know, like Mediterranean seas and the lands, and they're like, okay, Middle East countries that they have their own conflicts, so maybe like France is worried about that, not about here, even though we're in the same union of Europe. I mean, the land is not big in comparison to other lands, so naturally, if it's not a lot what you have in sense of land, then you want to protect that. Especially if you lived all your life there, and immigration is not something that you are, it's not of your interest, so then land is the only thing that you have in sense of like territory, so I know a lot of Lithuanians that, would just stand in Lithuania forever. But you're speaking with somebody who is an immigrant who has never loved the land as much as he loves people, and I move because of people, not because of the land. But I understand that the love for the land and the people is exchangeable according to who you are and what you do and when and where you are. So, Do you want it full or halfway?
Full, please. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. If you put it full, it takes longer to
It's okay.
cool down.
It's okay. I like it hot.
I don't. But we don't have. Do we have cold soups? Not that I can think of. I don't remember. I need to investigate.
No cold soups?
At least not in my region of Mexico. We don't
Okay.
have. There's Spain, our colonizers, and they have gazpacho. It's so bad. It's like, no, why? Like, who came up with that? But then Shaltivache is a completely different story. Hot, amazing. Cold, amazing. Yeah. First would be the taste. The smell would be the second, maybe. Depending on the order of factors, but if you go for food, you want it to be tasty. Even if it smells like feet, if it tastes good, pretty good. And then if it smells amazing, I was like, wow. And then if it looks great, wow. It's looking quite okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is my third time making Shaltivache, believe it or not. Other times I have helped to make it.
Now you're doing it
But now
completely
it's-
by yourself.
Now it's just me.
Whoa.
Amazing. Like to have the dynamic of husband and wife, and it's more material for herself, so you can. Yeah, maybe it'll be delicious. Yes. Correcto. Pink. The egg should be salted. Are you okay with the half egg? Oh, look at this, how the egg came out.
Mm-hmm.
Fully,
Mm-hmm.
not half. I think maybe this one. No. But we passed for 1 minute. The center is slightly,
Yes. Uh-huh.
so 1 minute less would have been better. But this is what happens when you don't take the time, Carlo. Oh my goodness. We. Okay. You say you like a lot of this shit, no?
Mm-hmm.
I usually just sprinkle that guy on top. But you say you like a lot, so let's make it rain. Fuck it. Also, spring onion.
This is amazing.
Really?
It's like so different. I like it.
Different than what?
Then how
We
I'm
are
doing it.
we are gourmeting it, don't you see? It's taking something simple and making it like, oh no, what are you talking about? It's not Shaltivache, it's Shaltivache. Would you like to try it or no?
Yes, of course.
For me, of course, I will go for it because it's fruits into fruits. It's already tuberculous, you know. I'll do. Very cute, very kawaii. He's dancing solo. Very well. Let's see how is it?
But really, I really liked this, how do you call it in English, rukštele, because of this lemon. It's very nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the lemon is so strong that it substitutes salt and pepper because it's overpowering. But then you bring this guy in like that.
Mm-hmm.
How much did we took in total? And because you're here, so it took a bit longer.
Yeah, 2 hours.
But I think I would have taken 1 hour 30 maybe by myself without the talking. Yeah, maybe. It's long, no?
It's crazy long because I do it in 15 minutes.
What the fuck? So how are you doing it so fast?
So, okay, let's forget potatoes. So usually I do
No. Okay.
But you know, it's like...
So if no potatoes, 1 hour.
Still, it's like, wow. What a waste of time, you know?
I know, this is why I like cooking. This is why I hate cooking. But then, I can tell you just the ones I don't like.
Yeah, good.
Shaldine. Fucking hate it.
But, okay, why?
Tastes better, right? I don't know. You would think that Jello being like, I love Jello. And meat, I like it, it's tasty.
Yeah.
And then you would put them together, you would think, oh, so good. I would think that.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I like balls, if I put them together, they will be tasty. No, that's not.
Okay.
It's not the case.
Okay.
I've even tasted bedare. Okay. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it either, but it was okay. Yeah, everything else is quite good. There's this drink that it's usually in Christmas with this kuchuke.
Aguamo pianas?
Yeah. Yeah, damn, it's so bad.
It's bad. Okay.
Not good.
I like it. I remember someone saying that he was scared of trying the soup because it's so pink and like I don't know which country was this guy from.
I would be scared.
Yeah, but he was
If I would be a conservative person, living in a place where I grew up eating my own food, and then you bring me something which is pink that looks like Pepto-Bismol from a medicine, I would be like, that looks concerning. But then if it's very, no, that's from the beetroot.
Yeah.
Then I'll be like, okay, that's it.
Is it Korean? It's Korean. Kimchi is Korean, right? But is it important to have like some food that it's like really, because šaltibarščiai is probably not like Lithuanian, you know? It's like...
It's I don't know, it feels like a remix.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I see it as an inspiration from the Ukrainian dish.
Yeah.
So it's kind of transformative art.
Okay, okay, yeah.
No, it's like you took something and you did a rework. I don't know, it's like somebody makes a song and then DJ comes and is like, oh wait, let me do a rework, I'm going to change this and that. You release, it has a similar bass, it sounds familiar to that song, but it's completely new song. It's kind of like that.
But this is, it's
The
very
temperature
nice.
changes and then now you're changing some ingredients.
It's very nice interpretation. But like in general, do you think it's important to have something like really your own, so you could say that this dish is like really ours? Because you can definitely see what's Mexican, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't know what's Lithuanian. Like we don't kind of have like really...
Well, if you want to go back into the myths of Lithuania, it goes back to paganism again, because Lithuanians were pagans and they were a herb, based, and they didn't adopt the potato until after. Potato was not the main, but then it became the main for some reason.
Yeah, because it grows here very fast.
Yeah, it's a perfect conditions for it to grow. But yeah, it used to be more herbs, soups specifically. But then I don't know. Yeah, I haven't had anybody come to me and be like, "Oh, this is this from this period of time."
Yeah. Because
they just call them soups. They don't specify. Yeah.
Sun is coming out. You see?
Then we have the small shillas in front of our house.
This is so beautiful.
Yes, very beautiful. That's no, the house. You know.
That's
for all people.
Ah, this one. Okay.
You're confident. How to say? For a long time, Lithuania has been kind of adopting some laws from the rest of Europe, which in some sense aligned not with the style of life of a person who immigrates, like me. So from a standpoint of being, more based in the motherland and not wanting to have so much fluctuation of people coming and leaving, Yeah, it depends where you stand. Me as an immigrant, yeah, that's just natural. Migration is a natural aspect of the animal kingdom, and me as an animal or as a bird. So yeah, I need to immigrate, and it's a necessity. And yeah, it's not a matter of just coming and staying, but it's also a matter of coming, staying, and then moving to the next thing if the next thing comes and when it comes. Yeah, it's just a natural process. Yeah, it should be more accepted. So I wish that people would be more accepting of that fact, and also to open the eyes that many of the places which are very successful in Europe are actually, kind of the center of migration points where there's like so much movement and change and art and cultures because of those factors.
Or do you imagine your future? Or do you think about...
I don't go that far.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never gotten that far. Yeah, like for example, if you would ask me like maybe 5 years ago if I would be living here, I had no idea. And then when I got here, I didn't know I was going to live here because then we left. And then we didn't know we were going to live in Mexico either. And then we also decided to leave again. And then we came and then it was like, okay, so let's just stay at the undefinitive, without any capping the limit. And just,
Okay. Another question, like a lot of questions are coming to my mind. If you would have to say shortly, what do you like about Lithuania?
What do I like about Lithuania?
Yeah.
So, I mainly like the nature aspect of it. I like the forest. Which is very funny, but I find very charming, the plainness of Lithuania. The fact that there is no mountains, it has a charm to it. I know that living in Lithuania, there's a lot of... Because I love walking, I love hiking and trekking and this kind of stuff. So I also understand that there's also a need to reach high grounds by walking up. But then there's also something very beautiful about having a plain field. And thanks to that, it allows Lithuania, I don't know if it's positive, but allows it to develop a lot of swamps. I don't know if that's a good thing, but it creates a diverse, unique ecosystem within Lithuania that is not as common in other areas. And Lithuania has, its own biodiversity within that, and it's quite cool.
What you don't like in Lithuania?
What I don't like in Lithuania? I don't like that the sun just fucking doesn't come every time. Like now, you can shoot out and there's sun and it's like miracle. So it feels miraculous. And I don't like that it feels miraculous. I would like that the sun would be more often, would visit more often. I don't like that much sun. Like, I'm not a sun fanatic, but I'm also not a no sun for like 3 months fanatic. And I need sun. Mano šalį. Pala, kur? Mano šalį. Karolina, ne mano, bet tavo šalį. I left it's almost beveik kepta būna. Because it was a little bit soggy, so you can reheat it if you need. Right?
Oh, that's fine. Good. Does it have a lime?
Yes.
No. Didn't expect it.
And it has no salt and no pepper. Try with potatoes.
Sure, no pepper, I see.
It's only the egg.
But what?
It should be more golden and hot than potato, but you got late. Mano vardas Carlo, o tai mano šalį.